Good afternoon, good morning, good evening from the place you are. Today from UNHCR Jordan operation, we will be going through to refugee feedback AI digital app, accountability for affected population. We will do the demo, how we are helping refugees, how this app will be helping refugees to provide their feedback in real time, and how it will help decision makers to take decisions in real time. So please feel free, if you have any questions, use the team chat. We have our team members here who will be answering you. If you have any question in between, you can also raise your hand and we can answer. We want to really make this session very interactive. We'll be going through quickly to some of the demos, and then we will leave ample time in the end for your questions and answers. So let's go through quickly the agenda, what we are going to discuss today. So we will start a bit of information. Our colleague will be talking about UNHCR Innovation Service, how it works, what it is. Then we will be going through the UNHCR Jordan operation, where we are sitting about the population. And then we will see what exactly challenge that we were facing, and overall what are the challenges that we are trying to solve. And then we will see this app in action, how decision makers will use this app, how refugee will use this feedback app. And then in the last, along with question answers, we will be talking about very hot issues when we use AI, data protection, safety, risk management, and safeguarding stuff. We will be talking about that one. So I will introduce my panel today. So I'm Shahzad. I'm Senior Information Management Officer. I'm the project lead for this project. And I have my colleague Dana, Solji, and Khalid with me. So Dana, please introduce yourself.
Hello everyone. I'm Dana Liazjeen. I'm Assistant Data Management Officer here in Jordan Operation with Data Analysis Group. So today I will tell you about the population here in Jordan. Also, I will give you a demo regarding how this application will be very useful for the refugee in order to give their feedback. Thank you. Over to you, Khalid.
Hi everyone, my name is Khalid Shafakoch. I'm a part also of the Data Analysis Group here in Jordan. We call it the DAG unit. And I'm excited today to introduce a key tool that we use, that we're working on. It's the overview dashboard for the DigitalAAP platform that we use. Thank you.
Hi everyone, my name is Solji and I'm from UNHCR's Innovation Service. I'm Associate Innovation Officer. I'm here supporting the Jordan team through the Digital Innovation Fund, which I will talk about in a few minutes. Very welcome. Over to you, Shahzad. So, as I mentioned, I'm part of the UNHCR's Innovation Service, supporting the Digital Innovation Program that leverages digital tools to solve challenges in humanitarian contexts. And on behalf of the UNHCR's Innovation Service, I would like to thank you all for making the time today to hear about this interesting project supported by the Innovation Service's Digital Innovation Fund. UNHCR's Innovation Service aims to create an enabling environment for innovation to flourish at UNHCR, providing holistic support to UNHCR colleagues and refugee-led organizations. Next slide, please. So we run a yearly call for our innovation funds, one dedicated to refugee-led organizations and 3 others for UNHCR colleagues looking to explore ideas related to data, environment and climate action, and also the digital. Through the Digital Innovation Fund, we invite UNHCR colleagues to submit ideas that use digital technology to address the challenges that they encounter in their work. The goal is to improve both the well-being of forcibly displaced persons and the way UNHCR operates. The fund offers financial support, technical guidance, monitoring, accountability and learning support, and strategic communications to amplify the reach of the lessons learned, our successes and failures of the innovation journey. And between 2023 and 2024, the Digital Innovation Fund received more than 164 applications, and we supported 25 projects. As a key driver of UNHCR's digital transformation strategy, the Digital Innovation Fund focuses on digital inclusion, digital protection, and digital services. One of the key areas our colleagues have explored over the years is how to engage with communities digitally. From piloting a WhatsApp chatbot that is now scaled and integrated into UNHCR's organizational practice in several operations, to projects like this one from Jordan that our colleagues will be presenting. We believe each innovation journey is different and flexibility is a must. But a key factor across the different projects is the importance of meaningful participation by forcibly displaced persons, ensuring that projects are developed with communities and adapted to their needs and preferences. And I encourage you all to take a look at our external website and social media pages like LinkedIn and X to learn more about the innovation service, and you'll be able to discover the relevant reports and latest blog stories about our different projects. And of course, we couldn't do this alone. We have the support of public and private donors who believe in our mission and made possible earmarked funds that would otherwise be unavailable to the organization. We also have great support within UNHCR, showcased, for example, by the over 60 colleagues from headquarters and regional bureaus who participated in the fund's technical committee last year, and also the steering committee composed of senior management together with one of our key donors, Luxembourg, who reviewed the Digital Innovation Fund applications and proposals. So now, without further ado, I would like to invite our project team from Jordan, and thank you. Over to you, Khalid.
Solji, now before we start and dive into our project slides, our colleague Khalid will be doing some surveys, gauging some of the information. Over to you, Khalid.
Hi, everyone. As you can see, there is a QR code that you can access. You can use your mobile phones, or you can join us at slido.com and use the PIN code to join this active poll. We want to gauge the participants here, from where we are joining us, what you do, and so on. So we have so far one participant typing. Now the number is increasing. That's good. So we have people from Colombia, we have from Jordan and Amman, we have from Mozambique, we have from Vienna. So far, I think the majority is from Jordan. We have from the States, also from Canada. So it's a variety of people from different countries. We have from Lisbon, also from Portugal. We have also from our neighbor country is Egypt. So I believe we have a high variety of people here joining us. We have from China also. It's a large variety here in the meeting. So I think we can go. We have one is also typing. Let's wait for the last one. And we have from Czech also. So that's good. Let's go to the next one. In this question, we need to see how many separate channels does your organization use to collect feedback from other people or from the people that you serve. You can choose one of the following answers. You can use 1 only, 2 to 3, 4 to 6, and finally more than 6. Each organization has its own channel. It can be verbally, it can be face-to-face, whatsoever. You can also decide. We have so far 10 people with an active poll that answered, but the majority is they have around 2 to 3 channels in the organization. And following closely is 4 to 6, so that at least give us an indication that it's not a single channel that is being used. There's multiple all channels that's being used. We have 12 answers. And when you answer the questions, there's a small comment below it. You can feel free to add your comments or your feedback. We have so far 13 answers. I think we can go to the next slide and the final one. Here is the final one. How long does it usually take for frontliners' feedback to reach a senior decision maker in your organization? How long does it take to reach the voices of people that are concerned to your senior management, let's say? More than 2 weeks, 1 to 3 days. It varies, or you're not sure, less than 24 hours, or finally 1 to 2 weeks. So far with 60% is more than 2 weeks. The other answers is slowly losing track. So we have 58, 54. So far 13 people answered. So I believe I can say for the majority of the people here, it's going to be more than 2 weeks. We have, I think, around half of the attendance already answered, with 50% of the attendance is more than 2 weeks. Yes. Yeah, I think more than 2 weeks is going to be the final poll.
Thank you very much, Khalid.
Thank you.
For your support. So please, we will start from where we left. As this poll shows that the challenge is huge. When we serve people, it is very difficult. One of the difficult tasks to get feedback from the population we serve. In some of the organizations, there are more than 3 channels, 4 channels, 5 channels, and then it takes ages, months, weeks to resolve the issues that our people of concerns are reporting from the field. And this issue is not just related to our Jordan operation, it is overall issue that is worldwide. But before going to the detail, to the issue, I will ask Dana to just give you a flavor of context when we are talking about Jordan. She will tell us about the population of the Jordan. Over to you, Dana.
Thank you, Shahzad. If you can please share the slide. So, we are currently in Jordan supporting a population of 600,000 of people of concern that we are hosting now in Jordan operation. They are equally split, like 50% male and 50% female. The notably thing that our population is 47% of population, they are children. So they need critical needs for services, education, protection, and welfare, and so on. Also, other information, we have 36 different nationalities here in Jordan as well, reflecting the diversity. As the map currently showing you, here where Syrian we have as a top 5 nationality, come from our neighbor, Syria, then Iraqi, Yemeni, Sudani, and Somali, as the map currently showing you on the screen. So, as Shahzad mentioned, we have a lot and various ways in order to receive the feedback from the refugee. Either it is via focus group discussion that the operation conduct, or IVR, counseling, SMS, and so on. So I will leave to Shahzad in order to speak with him more in details about the specific challenges that we are addressing and how we are working together in order to find a good solution for them. So over to you, Shahzad.
Thank you, Dana. So it is not only about the Jordan. As per the UNHCR global trends, we have 40 million displaced people. And then out of this 140 million displaced people, means 140 million stories, only 10% of them, their feedback reach to decision maker. It is literally like 114 million people screaming in soundproof room. So this is a global challenge for the organizations, that the getting the information from their people of concern, their feedbacks, their challenges, their issues, it's very difficult. So if feedback doesn't come to the decision makers, then program fails and people suffer. So what we are trying to do here in Jordan operation under this DigitalAAP project, so we are bringing some innovation, leveraging the AI that will make this feedback not only collected in the real time accurately, but reach to the decision maker in real time. So the challenge that I was talking about in many operations, in many organizations worldwide, we have so many channels that we use to collect information from the refugees. So some of the teams, they use SMS, classical way of focal group discussions to gauge the information. Some of the organizations, some of the UNHCR, they use the surveys, and some of the organization, they use the group. And as you saw in the survey, some of the organization, they use multiple type of channels to grab the information. So that means that there is no issue, no problem in collecting this information. It is too much information, but the challenge comes, the information that we are collecting, we lose that information in each and every stage. The stage when we collect the information from our population, some of the information we lose at the stage of data collection when we use these forms or SMS or surveys or focal group discussion. Some of the vital information organizations lose at the stage of data storage. The big majority of information goes buried in data analysis. The teams take ages to bring the information, the analysis for decision makers. Sometimes after a couple of weeks, couple of days, and couple of months. When it reaches to decision makers, it's too late. It's not the real-time information that can help the people of concern and refugees. Due to this fragmented system, multiple disconnected channels, information loss, and no coordination. It goes more chronic when you have a multi-level, interagency level organization collecting the information from various channels. So what solution we are bringing? So just imagine in the deep field, if some refugee is just calling organization and saying, hey, I have an issue with water pump, it is not working, or someone is calling, my child is sick. They are keep calling to everywhere, but their voice is not coming to the relevant colleagues, to relevant place. So they are not silent. They are kind of screaming, but their information is somewhere in between the process. So the challenge, the huge volume of the data, the validation, when this population is sending a lot of messages, lot of feedback, lot of challenges, analysis, as I said, it is nightmare. So these are the challenges. So we brought this innovative idea to use the power of AI that will help in the complete life cycle of information management, data management, and this knowledge cycle. From the collection of the data, to translating this data into information, to converting them to the knowledge, and make available this information to the decision makers in the real time, doing the validation, translation, and prioritization. So it is not only bringing this information, but also suggesting the decision makers to take the decision. So this feedback app will be giving solution that will help decision makers to take smart decision in real time, not required to wait for a couple of weeks, couple of days. No human power extra required to validate this information, actionable suggestions, and responses. So this is what this app will bring. So how it works? It's very simple, straightforward. We are not inventing a new process. We are just digitizing and leveraging machine learning AI to take this feedback right from the heart of the field and then bring for the decision makers in the real time. So first step, we allow these people of concern, refugees, to use various platforms to capture their voice or text, or normal phone to capture their feedback that they want to provide to the organization. They have health issue, they have cash issue, they have community issues, they have diarrhea outbreak, whatever issues they are facing, whatever feedback they want to give to the organization, they can do through this capture. Then we have the smart assistant that automatically in real time transcribe in 36 language, whatever coming through voice or text or any language, it transcribe automatically. Then we have also a part of smart agent. The role of this agent is to validate this information, remove the harmful text, and then after that, it automatically analyze, categorize using advanced AI that the feedback and the issues that are coming from the field, from which categories they belong. Also link the dots. For example, in X area, if 5 or 6 issues are coming with the diarrhea complaint, it automatically analyzes that in this area there is some wash issue or some other issue related to the wash. And then the last step, it provides a real-time solution that I will show you in a bit to the decision makers, how they can act in real time, how they can see this information that is coming through these channels, how they can use that one. So it's very simple and straightforward process: capture, transcribe, validate, analyze, and act. So now the refugees in our Jordan operation, the application that we have developed, this is channels that how refugees can send their feedback or record their voices to us. So initially, when we started this project, we thought that we know each and everything, that what are the refugee needs. But then when we engaged refugees and we went into field, we did more than 100 focal group discussions. Then we learned that the refugee really wants to have other channel, because at the initial stage of our project of this app was to creating a web-based application that allow refugee to validate their information and just record your voice. So I can remember at the beginning of that stage, one of the refugee from the Syria, so he was telling us that even my grandma, she know how to use the WhatsApp, and 80% of the population is using the WhatsApp. Why don't you enable the function is this app, whether we use the web platform or whether we use the mobile platform, WhatsApp platform, we will be able to send feedback to UNHCR. So that was kind of refugee-centric approach. So this project, we not only build for refugee, we build with refugee. And then during these conversations, even though the Jordan is good in technology, we have 95% internet coverages. But we found during these discussions with refugee, with our population, there are some vulnerable population. Still, they have some old phones. There is some internet connectivity issues. So the final product that we designed, that this allow refugee, our population, they will be able to use a web platform if they feel comfortable. If they are more comfortable with WhatsApp, they can just validate themselves. They can send the voice text rather than whole recording. And then also they can use a normal without internet phone to record their feedback and their message. And the beauty of the app that we are talking about, that one, whatever channel they use, it comes to one unified system, multiple access point. And now we are discussing that other channels, because in some of the operation that we are working closely, they have other channels like email channel, social media channel. So we are trying to integrate that channel. So this is the trick, how the refugee, they can easily approach, they can record their voice, they can send their messages, and they can record, and then the system combine each and every information and provide it to the decision makers. So before we start in demo, I will ask colleagues, please unmute yourself if you have any questions so far, because we want to make this session interactive. Right now, we will go to our demo sessions. But if you have any question, anything, or colleagues, can you see? I cannot see the teams. If you have any question, please unmute and ask the question if you have any question. Yes, please. I can see there is one colleague. Please go ahead.
Thank you, sir. My name is Clovis. I am a senior analyst at UNOPS in Denmark. I'm really interested, and this is great work that you guys are doing. And I'm just a bit curious, and I would like to see how we can also try to do something in UNOPS, something similar. We had some conversation about trying to integrate AI into our processes. I'd like to know a bit more about how the AI is being worked with in the backend. Is it based on a particular platform? And another question is about the language support. When different voices are coming, is it being able to separate the different languages and be able to feed it into the data grinder? Thank you so much.
Okay, thank you very much. Meanwhile, other colleagues are thinking about the question. So yes, we are using Azure OpenAI at the backend, and we are using other tools as well. But the key thing that we are using is Azure OpenAI API. That is helping us to transcribe, translate the feedback that is coming in any language, in any dialogue. The other thing that we did, we also have our own trained models, because some of the available AI models, they don't support the languages we are working. So I'm talking about the, for example, Somalian language. So the dialogue was not there available yet in Azure OpenAI. So we have also our own trained model that works together with Azure AI and bring the translation and categorization and analysis. So the languages, so far we have tested 20 plus languages, even though in Jordan we have only Arabic and English, but it supports automatically because we are using this AI. It supports Chinese, Russian, Iranian. We tested Urdu, Hindi. So it's 36 plus languages that we have tested. And it automatically transcribe and automatically categorize and automatically put in that particular language. So, for example, if tomorrow UNOPS or some other organization, they want to use it, they can set up which language you want, which is the primary language. So, for example, in our case, our senior management will be using English language or Arabic language. So, whatever language is coming, it will be automatically translated and available for analysis for English and Arabic language. So I hope I answer your question.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Colleague, feel free. You can raise your hand. You can unmute your mic. And if you have any question, please feel free to ask. Colleagues, anything in the teams? Colleagues who are in my team? Okay, so let's go to the demo. Maybe when the colleagues will see the demo, they will ask more questions. So the first demo, as I said, what this platform output. So I already explained that all voices text come in one place, and then it goes to dashboards, it goes to chatbots, it goes to referrals, it goes to many places. So, but first I will ask my colleague Dana. She will give you a demo of the app, how our population, how refugee, they can use the web-based platform to record their voice.
Thank you, Shahzad. So as just Shahzad mentioned, this is how the refugee will use the web-based interface. In any way, the same screen, it will appear if either they use the WhatsApp, for example, or the normal phone call. The first thing, that this screen is for validation. The refugee will enter the individual ID, date of birth, and date of arrival in order to validate the information. Once the refugee is entered, and they click on the button for the validate, the refugee will be able to do this one time per day. This screen will appear to refugee, where allow him or her to record 1 minute, as the screen shows 60 seconds.
Some families are having problems with landlords because of high rent or late payments, and some are being threatened with eviction. Is there any community or legal support that can help us in this situation? Thank you.
So this is the voice that recorded by one of the refugee for testing, let's say, and showing you this demo. After that, the system will take this voice, transcripting it and convert it into a text. After that, the validation and categorization will appear. Rather than that, automatically, it will be directly go to the dashboard that will allow the decision maker to automatically say and on the spot see what is happening. Now I will leave it to my colleague Khalid. He will show us the dashboard.
Thank you, Dana. And hi again, everyone. The idea behind the dashboard here is to bring together feedback from refugees and asylum seekers in a way that is clear, interactive, and actionable. The dashboard, as you can see, it's always fully interactive. It highlights key information that we collect, and it's designed to help us understand what communities are telling us and where we need to act. It also provides us with a total number here as for the issue that's being reported, along with the most frequently raised categories, whether it was about services, documentations, protection concerns. Any question raised by refugees, it will be categorized automatically and it will be channeled through this dashboard. It also highlights key, or let's see, topics here, whether it was the nationalities or the governorates, and will show us trends by month and year based on the category. And finally, one of the main ones and the main page is the urgency levels. So we can spot trends, we can prioritize them, and we can close the feedback in a loop that's beneficiary for refugees and in a very timely and organized manner. Thank you all.
Thank you, Khalid. So this kind of dashboard that is coming when I was talking about this information is directly live coming from the AI feedback that was collected directly through that system. So the data management team, information management team, or technology team, they don't need to devise each and every time the dashboard. So the dashboard automatically shows the trends over time, changes kind of thing. But remember, some of the senior managers, they don't like quantitative information. They really want to see what exactly is the issues that are happening. So heart of this application, the feedback that is coming, there is one module we call Talk with Refugee Feedback. So that allows senior managers to talk like you guys talking nowadays with ChatGPT or Gemini. So the data on the back end of this Talk with Refugee Feedback is all the feedback. So refugee, when they will send their feedback, it automatically analyzed and available for the senior management and decision makers. So this is a small screen where the decision makers can log and literally they can ask anything. If the feedback is available, they can ask about trends, they can ask about in X location, this was the issue. They can ask about the key issues of the particular areas. They can ask anything. They can ask about creating charts, tables out of the information. So on the screen, you are seeing that this is one of the questions. What are the key issues reported in the last 3 months? So only data input is that feedback. The AI smart assistant will automatically analyze on the base of these devices and give a comprehensive level analysis that what are the key findings, whether it is shelter related, livelihood, health services, and how they are evolving. And not only that one, on the basis of the training that we have provided, it also suggests what is the impact of these activities and from which years this information and these reports are coming. If the colleagues are interested only on one area, they can just say, give us like about the information about WASH, information about security. Also, they can compare. They can write here that compare X location and Y location in last 3 months. What was the trends coming as GBV? in December. So anything, it is only based on the natural language. You just need to know the language. Currently, I'm showing you the demo in the English. It can be in French, it can be in Arabic, it can be in Russian and Chinese. You can ask and you can get the information. And then not only that information, also you will be able to see the sources from where this information is coming. So this is very powerful tool that allow the decision makers to get a real-time information. So it's kind of the pulse, your hand on the pulse, you can see what exactly is happening in the field. So this is one of the key outputs that is coming out of this application. So I will stop again here. We have 2 more demos. If you have any question so far, we did the 3 demos, how refugee, they record their messages through web-based, how decision makers are using board and dashboard. Do you have any question? Please feel free to ask if you have any question, if you have any idea and suggestion. Please unmute or just write in the chat if you have any question. Okay, so let's move to the 3rd demo. We have all the information, we have dashboard, we have this chatbot now. But for example, if issues that are coming related to the health, how this digital app will be sending the message to this particular unit, and how this particular unit will close the loop to sending back if it is the individual related issues. So for that, we have one module of this app that is referral app. So automatically, when this messages feedback comes, this smart AI agent automatically map, categorize, and send to particular unit, whether it is health-related issues, whether it is issue with SGB, WASH issue, and also it allows unit to coordinate between. They can send this information to other unit, and then also this app allow to direct communicate to the refugee. So for example, someone is asking about resettlement, or if someone want to ask and we want to answer, so we also integrated with existing classical communication method, so they can directly send this information in the real time to the refugee as well. And last but not least, we also talk about using AI, how we will make sure that it is not biased, it is transcribing, it is categorizing, because whenever we present, many colleagues ask, because AI is new, these LLM are new. So for that purpose, when we develop this application, we leverage the expertise of 1,000 plus refugees. They tested this application, they validated the transcription, they validated the categorization, they validated the analysis. And guess what? It was 96.7% accuracy that the models and AI was working. So I will show you a screen that is a human loop between this whole process. You must be thinking, if everything is this AI is doing that, where is the role of human? Of course, humans are at the decision points, they will validate the information, but this is a very small demo that when we test this application and when we will be using this application, you see the information that is coming, the percentage of the information will be coming directly to this tester or this human. They will be validating the transcript, whether it was transcribed correctly, whether the agent that currently we are using, it passed that it was safe or not, whether the primary categorization was clear. And then we have a model thought process, how AI reached to that point. So if AI is saying that this person is calling and he is saying, I have the housing issues. So in any given time, if the decision maker or the UNHCR team or organization that will be using this application, they can go back and check each and every transcription, why AI decided to categorize this transcript as this is housing issue, or flag this is harmful kind of thing. And then also there is a feature they can use and they can directly go and give their feedback in runtime, whether transcript was accurate or not accurate, whether category was accurate. They can give the feedback. And then the beauty of this whole model is that feedback did the system itself. So this is process that we are making sure that we will not allow AI take over and take decision, categorize, and do the transcription kind of thing. So now we are reaching to our second last slide before opening the floor for the questions. So for us, when working with humanitarian organization, with UNHCR, the most important thing is protection of the data, because we work with most vulnerable population. So during development of this app, the super high priority was data protection, cybersecurity, and how we can compliance with data protection standards. So all the data that we are storing, it is end-to-end encrypted. We are using the minimize entry rule, means that the personal identified information is not going to the AI. So what we are sending to AI, we are not sending any name, any identifier, gender, anything. So AI models are in isolation. They are only getting voice, and then they do the transcription, and then we have our function in place that automatically delete that voice from that system. So the AI systems only see what we want them to see, that one. And then also we have pen testing done. The system we are using is enterprise grade security level system. So that is the end of our slides and presentation. And we would love to hear from you if you are interested to get more technical deep dive, or if you want to test with us this application, if you have idea, if you want to use this app by yourself, you can see now there is a QR code, or also you have one link here. You can go and you can add your ideas, or if you want, because this is like open source kind of solution, the sandbox is available. If you want to build on the top of it, feel free to reach us. Meanwhile, you are taking the QR code. If you have any questions, suggestion, ideas, or feedback, please feel free to unmute yourself and ask if you have any question. Okay, I can see the Said, please go ahead.
Thanks for this very interesting demo. And at the point, it looks like something out of this world, but it is the future, as you know. Very soon, it is going to be the future. I'm EMIS advisor for the Ministry of Education in Amman, Jordan. Since you might be aware a bit of the size of users of our system, which is approximately, like students are 2.3 million students, and it's not only about students or teachers or the staff of ministry who are the users of the system, but the parents as well. So as you can see, the volume of the feedbacks that we are receiving in the system, but it is very difficult through the channel of like survey forms on the system or through the emails, because their problems also varies with the type of users. The problem also varies, starting from the business problems of like the examination result, or unable to get the schedule for the examination or things like that, moving to the problems of the system itself, like access of the system issue, generation of reports taking long time, unable to generate report, how to generate that report, how to access that part. So these are very kind of problems that we have. So I just want to, since you are working in this, so I just want to hear your thoughts on what do you feel about leveraging this bridging AI feedbacks in education management information systems.
Thank you, Kashif, for asking this powerful question and your kind words. Absolutely. Yes. The basic idea of this digital app is humanitarian response right now, but underneath concept is the issues that you are talking about. The challenge in the current type of feedback systems, whether you talk about education and other system, the categorization, the problems and the issues are various. So that's why for education, EMIS, they have the different issues. For SGBVs, you name it, housing, whatever. So we cannot build right now what is happening. For each of this problematic area, they have their own type of feedback issues. And organization, countries, governments, they are building feedback systems. So what is the underneath concept of this app is whatever you just need to train the AI for a one time, and then it is play and cook. So tomorrow, if you want to use this digital feedback app to integrate with EMIS system, so it will be not month, it will be weeks. You will plug in this app and that system will automatically start working in it. So on the top of that, this is the first stage of this application we are developing. The second phase of the application on the basis of the learning, like currently we are dealing with protection issues that we cannot allow AI to decide if someone is dealing with psychosocial support. So at that stage we stopped. We said, no, we will go to phase 2. But when it's come to the issues that you are describing, like a EMIS system, I am unable to log in. So AI will be able to respond, to help in real time. So then you don't need, it will be in real time categorization and real time answer guiding how to solve that issues. So I will be more than happy to coordinate and share our experience to integrate this one with the EMIS system.
Shahzad, thank you for this response. Before we take another hand, I just wanted to flag that there are several questions in the chat that we want to address. Actually, 3 questions, and 2 of them are of similar nature. From Clovis and in Kurowe, they're asking if there are any key issues with AI like GPT, with inferences and data quality because of the AI hallucinations. So how do we prevent these issues in the current DigitalAAP project that we have? So I think this could be categorized into one question. And another one is related to whether this tool, the DigitalAAP tool from Jordan operation, is somehow interconnected in any way with the custom GPT implemented in the Humanitarian Hub, whether it's integrated or not. So these are the 2 questions that maybe you or Khalid or Dana would want to take.
Okay, thank you, Solji. So yes, one of the challenge when you use the AI as it is, you will get a lot of hallucination. Hallucination means if you will ask something, you will get something that you will feel it is real. But if you will do little bit deep dive, you will find that this is not correct. So we are not depending 100%. I touch a bit during my presentation on 100% on AI. We are not just doing whatever data we are receiving, dumping to the OpenAI or Azure API to decide. So we have also our trained models that are helping us. We are giving them the context. So the big risk leveraging LLM and AI is right now in humanitarian and development organization to fully dependency on grant system. They are not meant to develop for our solutions. So without context, if you will not provide the context, for example, in DigitalAAP, if we will not train our agents with our documentation, with our information, with our context, it will give you a different answer. It is the same when you use the chat GPT. When you will ask something, it will give you from the knowledge that they already recorded. So the quality of data that we feed it to train the system was the key. Without context, without the community knowledge, is digital exclusion. So that is the risk that if you will use that without context. So in DigitalAAP, that was the center of our whole app, that we provide them the context, we train them, And then remember, I was showing the human loop back. That is the key of the success of the AI system. If you will remove the human, one day you will get something that this AI learn from X context in some place in Africa or Jordan or somewhere else. So you have to carefully craft and provide the data. So good data in, you will get the good response out. So garbage out. So the key lesson learned is you have to train, you have to customize inside. And no, because our data that currently we are the second question with the custom GPTs, we are not using the OpenAI custom GPT. We are using a different platform. We cannot expose our old data to custom GPT and exposing the APIs because our feedback that is coming is too sensitive, refugee related. So we are not exposing currently our system to any enterprise GPTs, custom GPTs that are available. So I hope I answer both questions. If not, please feel free to unmute and I will be happy to answer. If you have any idea or any suggestion, still you can do that. Or if you don't have, Dana, Khalid, if you can see there is no more question in the chat, feel free to ask your questions through this form. If you want in-depth information or some other technical information, you can always reach that one. So can you confirm, colleagues, if we don't have the question, we can close our call. Dana, Khalid?
Shazad, there is another hand up and also a remaining question. The remaining question is 60 seconds enough to submit a comprehensive feedback or complaints in the recording of the refugees? How does the proper department follow up? So that's one question. And we have a hand up from Berenger. I hope I am pronouncing your name right. And is asking about whether the DigitalAAP is an open source or if there is a clear documentation to adapt to another context. So these are the two questions maybe you may want to respond.
Yes, for the 60 second, we reach to the 60 second after having deep research in our context. So as I was saying that we built with refugee, not only for refugees. So we consulted more than 2,000 refugees. We analyze already available channels, available mechanisms that they are using to provide their feedback and their issues. So they are using currently the IVR. They are talking during the focal group discussions. Our meal time was 60 seconds during the pilot that we did. Hardly any refugee recorded more than like a 40-50 seconds. But the beauty of the app is customizable. Like, for example, if tomorrow one of the units, they want 2 minutes, so it is only going to dashboard changing from 1 minute to 2 minutes. Remember when Dana was talking about, she was saying they will be able to record once in a day. This is also customizable. So the managers, they can change from the 60 second to 1 minute to 2 minute to 3 minute, and then they will get the information. We also tested 2 minutes and 3 minutes, and then we noticed that the whole story they are talking about, this is in 30 seconds. If they are talking about health issue, if they are talking about SGBV issues, so the concrete comes inside the 60 seconds. So when we will roll out, then we will see if it is required 2 to 3 or 4 or 5 minutes. It is easily extendable. The second question, yes, this is like kind of open source sandbox. There is technical documentation without indicating the modules that we are using for the training. It can be available, and it is play and plug. It is kind of just think about you are writing your prompt. So in the system, we will be providing your context. You will be providing your prompt. You will be giving some training data that what exactly is the problem, what exactly you will give some examples. And then, of course, you have to train, you have to test, you have to provide already existing data, and then you don't need to build from the scratch. And then, of course, you have to use your own APIs, your own infrastructure to build it. You can reach through us directly, or you can use this form to reach us. Solji, do we have another question in the chat or any hand?
No, I think all is good, all is clear. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, colleague. It was wonderful session. Please feel free to reach if you really want to use this app, if you want to learn more about it. And of course, if you have any idea to improve that one. And if you want to test with us, we are looking for some tester who can do the jailbreak test, who can break the system. So if you are interested to test our system to use in real time in your settings, please reach us. We will be happy to provide you the credentials and the links. So thank you very much. And I'm signing off. Bye-bye from the Jordan. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you, Ryan.
Thank you so much.
Congrats. Bye-bye.